And yourself.
They say that man's best friend is dog. Well, that statement is true. My dog is my co-pilot. I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorite objects, my dog Sketcher. Now, you may be thinking he was named after the shoe brand, but he's actually named after the verb, sketchy. I'll let you in on how he got that name a little while later. For now, I want to tell you a little bit more about my furry little object. Sketcher is a Jack Russell Terrier, as in the kind of dog that was on the show Frasier and the children's show Wishbone. He weighs 17 pounds and stands 18 inches tall, but believes that he is a much larger breed than he actually is. I personally think he suffers from Napoleon syndrome. His small stature allows him to MacGyver his way out of any fenced-in yard, army crawl under any gate, and he's been known to climb a cherry blossom tree in order to get at a chipmunk. He's also torn off the gutter off of my parents' house to try and get at a squirrel. Most dogs come to you when they're called. Not my dog. He comes to commands when he feels like it. That is, unless you have a milk bone in hand. For this treat, he will bust out all of his tricks. Give high fives, low fives, dance on his hind legs in a circle. And if you decide to throw his favorite tennis ball for him, he will not only bring it back to you, but toss it into your cupped hand. It's pretty nice on a day when you're feeling lazy. I know I've never seen a dog fetch and throw a ball. Don't get me wrong, Sketcher is a loyal dog, but definitely does things his own way. Sketcher is a confident dog, willing to meet new people and places with enthusiasm. One of my favorite pictures of him is of him meeting a cow through a fence. Some dogs would run scared at seeing a large animal like a cow, but Sketcher wanted to investigate. Right after I snapped this picture, the cow and Sketcher touched noses. It was pretty adorable. I think Sketcher is a brave dog, depending on your opinion, or not so smart. If he sees a large dog at the dog park like a bull mastiff with a pretty nice looking tennis ball, he has no qualms about taking the tennis ball right away from him. That attitude, of course, has gotten him into trouble sometimes. I have another picture of him with a Great Dane from Dog Fest of Madison. Unlike some other small dogs there, Sketcher did want to play with the Great Dane. He has no trouble meeting other dogs or people. Sketcher also has the keen ability to sense when someone is down or in the dumps. He tries to cheer you up with the best way he knows how, with lots of slobbery kisses. I admire my dog and all other dogs' abilities to live in the moment, forget the past, enjoy every second of the present. I think that ability of dogs is what keeps them resilient. This resilience has allowed my dog to overcome major obstacles in his short lifespan. For starters, he had a rough first year. He was rescued by my fiancé Jeff from someone who had mistreated him. He came to us underweight, scared, and skittish. It took some time before he warmed up to me. For a long time, he liked to hide underneath anything he could find and stay there. It took a lot of coaxing from me and my fiancé to get him to break this habit. He still likes to hide underneath things, but he doesn't live under the bed like he used to. This is how he got his name from this crazy behavior. A friend suggested we rename him from Stifler from the American Pie movies to Sketcher because he's always sketched out. The name just stuck from then on. After overcoming his first hurdle, he then overcame an even bigger life-threatening one. In the summer of 2006, he was no longer our perky little dog that we became to love. He had a terrible cough as well as a swollen right eye. Long story short, he almost died from a terrible fungal infection and was unfortunately left blind in his right eye. I felt terrible that my poor little dog would be blinded. How could he ever catch his tennis balls or run or play like other dogs do? Well, he gets along fine. There are times when he will literally run into a door or the couch, but he thinks nothing of it. He can still catch chipmunks and chase squirrels, and of course catch his tennis ball in mid-air. Unless you know his story, you'd never know that he was handicapped. Talking about my dog really made me appreciate not just my dog, but all dogs in general, and their ability to not let their past rule their futures. Even though he may miss the catch of his tennis ball from time to time, or take a dive, he always gets right back up and shakes it off, as dogs do best. He is my little furry co-pilot. Thank you. Yay!